You're listening to The Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell, and co-host, Keelan Harvey on Alternative Talk AM 1150. Now, back to the show with local mortgage experts, Tina Mitchell and Keelan Harvey.
You're listening to The Money Hour at 1150 AM KKNW, the Friday, September 25th virtual show. Because of COVID-19, our show is temporarily moved virtually. However, you can also catch us on podcast or on air on Saturday at 3 p.m. with a rebroadcast on Sunday at 8 a.m. I am your host, Tina Mitchell.
And I'm your co-host, Keelan Harvey.
We bring into studio each week the best of the best experts in our local market, everything regarding your money. We are here to help you build a strong financial blueprint. And in studio right now, first time, we're always excited to have a first-time guest on the show, Tibi, Botocan of A1 Senior Care Advisors. Today we're talking about care options for seniors right here at 1150 AM KKNW. Tibi, welcome to the show.
Hello, Tina. Hello, Keelan. It's a pleasure to be here.
And it's just going to be fun listening to you a little bit more. Love your accent as well. And a little bit about Tibi. With over 20 years experience in senior living and healthcare, Tibi is one person you need to know when looking for assisted living, dementia, Alzheimer's care, adult family homes, and everything else related to senior care. He is described by others in the industry as experienced, trustworthy, personal, and professional. Tibi's experience will help you and your family navigate and understand the complexity of senior care and the industry in your community. He will just make it easy for you.
Tibi, I'm so excited to have you here, and how pertinent to what we're going through right now with COVID, because COVID has definitely affected our seniors the most. And you were talking in your pre-show about, unfortunately, my grandparents have passed, but I can only imagine, because my grandpa was in assisted facilities, I can only imagine not even being able to go in there and say anything to them, how hard that has to be for our seniors. So good on you for everything that you're doing to make an impact on our seniors, and it's really an honor to have you on the show. Let's dive into care options that are available for seniors in our community at this point.
Well, there are different levels and different settings for care. And I would say, just to mention a few, independent living, assisted living, dementia, Alzheimer's care facilities, and they're called also memory care, and hospice care. There is a variety of facilities and settings that would be appropriate for seniors depending on their needs.
Yeah, and I talked about my mother going into senior care, and she started out in the section of the home where she needed extra care, and she actually transitioned and moved into the area that didn't need it, which was really surprising to see. You can go into a home needing more care and end up being able to move. So it just showed that it's really a great place for them to be. So, Tibi, it sounds like there are several options for senior care, and I'm sure each one of them is a little bit different from the other one. Let's start out with the independent living. And what is independent living?
Independent living is an excellent choice for those who are independent, meaning that they don't need any care, help with daily activities. They still drive. It's just that they want to change their living environment. And moving from their own home into an independent living, they don't have to deal with the yard work, with grocery shopping, with housekeeping, laundry, and any other chores that living at home would require. So they move into a beautiful community, independent living community, where they have a chef cooking for them 3 meals a day. They have a beautiful apartment. It could be a studio, 1 bedroom, two bedroom apartment, even a penthouse, if that's what they choose. Basically, they're changing that. They're not only the settings for living, but their lifestyle as well. They will have an activity director that their only job, full-time job, is to provide and offer those residents there the ultimate lifestyle. And that means going to the symphony, going to Mount Vernon and see the tulips, take a scenic drive, go to dinners. There's a lot of entertainment coming in, like jazz bands, and opera and the variety of entertainment options. So for those who still enjoy their independence and they want to upgrade their lifestyle, I would say, then maybe moving from their home into an independent living community could be a great option.
Well, when I'm old enough, I'm doing independent living because I want all of that stuff and I don't want to do any of it on my own. I want people to help take care of me. So love.
Of course. I can help you.
What about assisted living? Explain the difference with assisted living.
Well, assisted living, it's a different setting, you know, and there are many companies out there, many facilities that they have different licensing. And within the same building, they're licensed for independent living and they're licensed for assisted living as well. Some of those facilities, they have a memory care, meaning a dementia and Alzheimer's care facility on site as well. So assisted livings, it's basically appropriate for someone who needs care. And that could be anywhere between just help with medication administration, with dressing, undressing, with showers, reminders, redirecting, cues, things like that. And an assisted living, you see, all of the assisted livings out there, they are called assisted livings, but each one of them is licensed differently. And depending on the licensing they have, they can or they cannot provide certain services. So families who are looking for an assisted living, it should not just look into the name itself, but ask questions about, you know, what is the highest level of care that particular community can provide. They can provide up to one-person assistance, two-person assistance. What happens if someone is not able, a resident is not able to bear 8 on their feet any longer? Is that facility able to provide a two-person transfer? So when it comes down to those technical license limitations, and the facility gets to the point where they're not able to provide certain services, there are basically two options. One is the family, they have to hire a private caregiver that they have to pay on top of what they're paying the facility, or they have to move to another facility that it is licensed and able to provide the care needs that particular person requires.
Yes, yeah. And in my mom's assistant living, you know, there's music therapy, there's all kinds of beautiful things. So Tibi, the concept of adult family home sounds intriguing. What is an adult family home?
Adult family home, it is, I would say, the ideal setting for those that they need a higher level of care. It's basically how I describe an adult family home. There are two categories. Aesthetically looking as a building, you know, there are the regular homes that are just like mine and yours, Tina and Keelan, that they've been remodeled and they've been licensed to become a business, to be an adult family home. The other category would be those that they were built from the ground up to be a business, to be an adult family homes. This second category, it has the tendency to be bigger, larger, you know, more square footage. The rooms are bigger. Most likely every room has a private bathroom, most likely with a private shower as well. The common areas, the dining room, high ceilings, you know, so everything seems to be bigger in this second category. Now, the maximum capacity in an adult family home, there is no more than 6 residents. So this is the maximum capacity. I would say that for the people, the elderly that require a higher level of care, it is a really good environment, because in this environment where they're able to receive a lot of one-on-one care, a lot of one-on-one supervision. Everything is just a few steps away from their room, is the common area, the dining room, the patio. So it's much easier to navigate. It works very well for those who have memory impairments like dementia or Alzheimer's on different level. You know, the staffing is much smaller. In most cases, there is a couple, husband and wife, that they own the business. They are the primary care providers and they live on the premises as well. So they also hire 1 or 2 caregivers to help out. So all of a sudden you get a staff to resident ratio that basically you cannot get into any other care facility. You get 4 staff members per 6 residents, and that is really, really good ratio.
Tibi, I hate to say this, we're already out of time, unfortunately. We went a little bit long with Susan, but that's okay because we're going to have you back on the show, and I really want to hear all the rest of the details because this is such an important subject. Could you really quick just leave a way for people to contact you? And then unfortunately, we got to wrap up.
Yes, no problem, Keelan. It would be lovely to be in your show again. Visit my website, which is a1seniorcareadvisors.com. Our direct phone line is 425-324-5592. As I mentioned earlier in the show, I will do my best to be available weekdays, evenings, and weekends anytime you need me. Please give me a call. Our services are free. So it doesn't matter what we do for you, for your family, for your loved one, it's going to be at no cost to you.
Well, Tibi, thank you so much for being here. And yes, definitely look forward to having you coming back on the show. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And this is your host, Tina Mitchell.
And your co-host, Keelan Harvey.
We are your local mortgage experts, and we're signing off for today. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We look forward to talking more money with you next weekend right here on 1150 AM KKNW.